YouTubers? Mike Steele, Dirty Hoe Gardening. I got just a short update. My last video was when I uncovered my garlic, from the winter time, and I've been keeping it covered if I get a frost. But like during the nice days like today, I have it uncovered, and you can see it's doing really well. We got 4 inches of snow yesterday, or the night before, but it's already gone, and I kept it covered for that, but it can handle that kind of stuff. And it's looking green. When we first looked at it, it was all yellow because not getting any sun. But you'll notice this is what I do, and it seemed to work out well. I've seen other people on YouTube, they have their garlic spaced so far apart, and even the people I got it from originally had it spaced farther apart. I don't think you have to do that. At least I don't. My soil is really sandy, and it's not clay at all, so maybe that helped. But I have mine a lot spaced much closer together than you normally would, and I still get nice big heads. This is at least 50 pounds. It should be by July, and so this is it for now. Next thing I like to put in this early spring are snow peas. As soon as you can till that ground, get it tilled. Last time I hadn't done that here or burned anything off, but now it's all done, and now I'm getting these in. And this is one of the quickest ways. People talk about trellises and putting wires up. This stuff I've got here is called calf fence, and it comes in about 4 foot by 16 foot pieces. And what I would do is, I had a truck at the time, I would go and actually take a sawzall, a cordless sawzall, and cut it in half, at the farm, at the farm store, and actually, they could throw it in my truck because 16 foot is kind of unmanageable. So I cut them off, and now with this end, even when I'm done with my peas, I can stand it up, do the same thing with T-posts, and I can put pole beans on here, cucumbers, trellises, loofahs, and when you're done at the end of the year, you clean them off, throw them in a pile. Just pound a couple T-posts in. I got some copper wire, solid wire, and you're done. Something else that needs some maintenance this springtime is my asparagus patch. All winter it's sitting here, and I've cut it back. I burned it. Burns really well, but in a magazine that I read a lot, it's called Farm Show. People write in things, helpful hints, all kinds of stuff. Obviously farm orientated. One article was that the guy was a professional asparagus farmer, and he said that you can till your patch, but you got to do it as light as you can, and then he would dress it. I have chickens, so I'll dump litter in here and then till it really shallow, and you can see, there's still stalks, so I didn't even knock them off. But this really does help. It also breaks the weeds out of there, but it also does really help. I get a lot of asparagus out of here, so that's something you might want to try. And this is where I like to really get in early, when when conditions usually aren't right. I talked earlier about the snow we had the day before yesterday, but I promised you I was going to show you my redneck greenhouse. But before that, I don't like to work any harder than I have to. So what I like to do is, I'm breaking this down to, I have lettuce, an Italian mix, arugula, and then over here are radishes. I worked the soil up, I've raked it out, and then I use these 1-bys to mark the borders where things at and to walk on. So then I'll wet them down, and then I'll sprinkle the seeds, which you can do, just cut the end and just sprinkle them, and you're seeing where they're going, so you get a nice even coat. And then I'll cover these, and you'll see, you can keep them covered. It's like a little greenhouse. It really gets them started, and you're eating fresh lettuce and radishes before anyone else. everybody. Here it is. I was talking about this the very first video we made. I told you I had a redneck greenhouse, and this is my son Colton. He helped me build this originally. He played on this trampoline. His sister Jenna, who's videoing, she played on this thing. But finally went to funk, like they all do. I said, you know, what could I do with this thing? So what I did is I took the curved pieces, a total 4 of them, you know, 2 of each side, and they sleeve together, a male and female. And I had to cut off some of the legs and do some alterations to it. But and I'll show you how this works by putting a piece of plastic on this. It's unbelievable how much heat you can retain. If it gets too hot, you can lift them up. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm gonna pick it up now and show you what it's made of. All right, and what I did is this is 2x4 wiring, farm fence wire. You can get it anywhere. And I just cut down pieces of conduit, you know, the same length, and I drilled it out and screwed it, and then obviously just wired it on, and then it comes apart right here, 2 pieces. End of the season, you pick it up, we carry it, put it behind the Connex box, bring it out this spring, 2 pieces, throw it together. It's not a big deal. Alright folks, this is it. I'll put a few more clamps maybe on there, even a couple 1-bys on top, but I've got it orientated north to south. It shouldn't, you know, the wind should hold it down. I've had little issues in the past, so it's not a big deal. It's such a low profile, you know. I know they sell these greenhouses and stuff you can do, but those are just sales. But I can keep an eye on this. If it gets too hot, I can pin back, you know, I can pin back an end because you don't want to cook them either. So it's simple. You know, I had most of the materials on hand. I got the plastic from work. They were being thrown away, a whole roll of plastic. So, you know, it doesn't have to cost a lot to do stuff. And it's easily stored, you know, off season. So this is about it for now. I think the next thing coming up, I've got large onions, the big ones that I can get in the store, coming the 23rd of March. I get them from Brown's Onions in Omaha, Texas, and I've had really good luck with these guys. And you get them in early. I got some onion sets that are coming in. I'll throw those in. That's not that exciting, but the big onions are kind of cool, and I've got a few tips on that because I struggled at first with those, but it really are worth doing, you know, because it's actually, you know, it's a plant you're planting, you know, not just like a spring onion. So it take a little more time, and you know, and the guy was really good. I've had no issues with him at all. I've had a few problems, and he stepped right up and took care of them. So if you like this video, please like it, tell your friends, subscribe, and stay dirty, my friends.